Hi everybody, Ellen here. Today I come to you guys with my February TBR, and as always, as it has been for the last few months at least, this is going to be a TBR made up by 5 books that I'm really want to read, and yeah, let's get to it. So the first book is The Way of Shadows by Brent Weeks, and the sort of sentence on this book is "The perfect killer has no friends, only targets." So I pretty much just know that this is about Durso Blint and he is an assassin, and that's pretty much all I know, but I've been wanting to read this one for a really long time, so now is the time. I think this is actually a trilogy, so you know, might be one of the series I focus on this year. And of course this can't be a TBR without a Brandon Sanderson book on the list, so for this month I'm planning to read The Bands of Morning by Brandon Sanderson. This is the third book in the second Mistborn era. I have read the 2 first books, I really love them so much and I just need to get on to it. So in the first book we meet Wax and Wayne, and they are sort of crime fighters, if you will, and Wax was actually retired from this because he's a lord and he has different responsibilities at this point, but when people suddenly starts to disappear and there's thefts going about and he decides to get back into business again, so he and Wayne actually tries to solve this crime, and that's what the third book is about, and the second one was really good as well, so I really need to get on to this. And then we have The Novice by Taran Matharu. This is book 1 in the Summoner series. I'm not really sure how many books there are, but on this one it says he can summon demons, but can he win a war? So in this one we follow Fletcher, and he's actually an apprentice to a blacksmith, and he actually discovers that he has the ability to summon demons from another world. Then one day he's actually chased away from his village because people think he committed this crime, which he did not, and he actually ends up having to travel with this demon called Ignatius, and he's going to the Academy for the Adepts, where the gifted are taught the art of summoning. So this is sort of a magic school element to it, which I love, and demons are really cool, so yeah, I really look forward to reading this one. Now we have a book I started many moons ago and I have not finished yet, but that is Autobiography by Christina Lauren. I'm actually on chapter 3, so on page 23, and I have no idea what happens in the few pages I have read because I read it like a year ago. I don't know, it was such a long time ago. But we meet Tanner Scott, and when he lived in California, he was actually out of the closet, as you will, as a bisexual, but then he moves to Utah, and that sort of makes it so that he had sort of pushed back into the closet and he's not, you know, out to his friends and at his school and stuff like that. But then he actually... But when his best friend Autumn actually dares him to join this prestigious seminar where honor roll students diligently toil to draft a book in a semester, and Tanner obviously can't resist, you know, this sort of dare, so he joins up and he thinks that it won't be really hard to write a book in 1 semester. But the thing is that during this seminar there's actually this guy that is supposed to be holding this course, and Tanner kind of falls for him. And this is just, I haven't read a lot of it. But I do remember really enjoying what I have read, and I definitely need to have some more contemporary in my life right now because I read so much fantasy, so I feel like this will be a good, you know, distraction for a while. So yeah, I look forward to continuing reading this one. The last book I wanted to talk about is actually a reread, and that is Strange Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I still haven't read book 2 in the series, which is right there on my shelf, the red one, and I need to reread this one because I read this almost 2 years ago. I think it was in April of 2017 I read this one, and I need to reread this to be able to remember things so I can move on to the second book, which is Muse of Nightmares. And I think this is a finished duology actually, but I really loved the first book. It's kind of a slow read, but it's very beautifully written, and I love the way everything is described and everything like that. And in this book we meet Laszlo Strange, and he's sort of dedicated his entire life to this very mysterious city called Weep. And the original name of this place actually wasn't Weep, because the memory of this town has sort of been erased from everybody's memories. Nobody actually knows what the real name of this place was. But one day Laszlo actually sees the chance of being able to go on this sort of discovery mission to this place Weep, and he wants to join up so badly, and he makes sure that he gets to go along, but there's a lot of stuff happening along the way, and it's magical and it's beautiful, and it's also kind of, you know, hard to read at times because it's not like the easiest read, because there's a lot of, you know, persecution and death and fights and stuff like that. But I really did enjoy it the first time around, so hopefully I will like it just as much the second time. So yeah, those were all of the books I want to read in February, and hopefully I will be able to get through all of them, because my unofficial goal for this year is to actually be able to finish my TBRs more frequently than, you know, never. So yeah, if you've read any of these books, please let me know down below what you thought about them, without spoiling of course. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give me some thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the little button down below. And yeah, I hope to see each other in the next one. Bye!